Better hurry, spark it open, no worries. Harmonious gang with the big bro Yuriy, hyphy. Get lit just like me, big bossed up, chop it up with Rylee. You better come with it to kick rocks, cause you now tuned in to 10 Talks. Now let's get lifted and take a shot, you are now tuned in to 10 Talks.
Boom.
Welcome back,
Cheers.
everybody. Cheers.
What's up, guys?
What's up, everyone?
Thank you guys so much for joining another episode of 10 Talks, episode 84. And first off, I have to say huge apologies for last week and not being able to show up for the episode. Not even being able to do it. So I'm sorry, guys.
Yes, I'm sorry too.
But we're here today for this week's episode, and we're super excited about it. Wait, hold on. Turn off the chat. Wait, what do you mean? Oh, yes. Thank you for reminding me. We turned off alert box. Let's get rid of the chat, and then we're ready to get into this freaking podcast. Boom. Here we are, guys.
Happy Sunday.
I was going to say immediately is this is our very last episode. I don't know, for how long, but our last episode not drinking alcohol.
I know, it's been crazy.
Today's what? The 20 what is it?
The 28th.
Oh, it's the 28th. Today's the 28th. So today's officially 4 weeks. Today's 4 weeks of not drinking alcohol. And I feel no difference. I feel completely fine. I feel like maybe like just during the day, like I feel like this like weird like clear-headedness, you know what I mean? Like I guess that like even like after you drink, like you kind of still feel foggy or fuzzy or whatever. Like I feel like I do have this like clear-headedness, this whole past month.
Yeah, I agree with that. I feel like I don't see much of a change, but yeah, I feel the same way. The clear-headedness.
You could wait, hold on. There you go.
I'm gonna keep moving. Though,
I know,
so
but just make sure it's like right in front of your mouth. Boom. Okay. Anyways, but I feel very low energy from you right now. Are you even ready to do this podcast?
Yeah, I am.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my god, your mic is falling apart, dude.
It was fine.
Wait, hold on. Jeez.
Oh
please.
my god, it was perfectly fine how it was.
There you go. I couldn't hear you. You weren't talking into it. That's why.
I literally just had to move my head, and that was it.
All right. Anyways, do you have anything you want to talk about?
I don't know. Today I just.
This is a terrible beginning to the podcast, by the way.
Well, I don't know. It's awkward.
Why is it awkward?
I don't know. You're putting pressure on me. What do I?
What pressure am I putting? It's a podcast where you just gotta talk.
Kind of like our weekend and stuff. So.
What do we do?
Nothing really. I don't think. I had to work all day Friday. You streamed all day pretty much.
It's weird because we're in. Are we talking about this weekend or last weekend?
This weekend.
Or
I guess we could talk about last weekend too. But
I can't remember what we did either weekends. We haven't even been drinking.
Yeah, we haven't really done anything special.
What the fuck have we done? We didn't do.
We went out with your parents.
Oh
yes.
So we went out with my parents, and I feel super happy that we did that. And I feel bad because I have not been like kind of hanging out with my parents recently. You know what I mean? Like, and it's weird because like everyone experiences it the older you get. You know what I mean? You get less and less time with your family and like less time with your parents, especially people who like move away from where they grew up at. And like I think a lot of people do that in the United States. They end up like going to other places or whatever. And it's like weird for me because my parents are literally right there, like 20 minutes away, but every day is just like endless stuff. And the next thing you know, it's like 10 p.m. and the next thing you know, we're going to sleep. And then I'm just like it just feels like I don't have time. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's so weird.
Yeah.
It sucks. And we really only have Saturday.
I've been like freaking out recently, like feeling so stressed because I just feel like I have no time ever.
I know.
Like, I have no time to do anything. Like, I feel like I can't even talk to my own father because like my dad lives in Europe and stuff.
The time difference.
So it's like, yeah, it's just really hard. I can never like.
What time do you have to talk to him?
In the morning, but it's like in the morning I'm doing shit with like beans and I'm like,
then
all of a sudden I have to go to work. Like,
no,
and then
exactly.
I'm at work all day, and then
that's the hard part is like you you think like, oh, I could have called, I could have made a text or something like that. But then you think about it, it's like you wake up, you gotta brush your teeth, you gotta do this, you gotta do that within a certain amount of time. Then you gotta be at work or whatever. It's like all these like little things. Like you don't have time for a 10-15 minute phone call even, you know, because it's just gonna interrupt the whole freaking process.
Yeah, just struggling to manage my time. I was like telling Yuriy, I was like, I do not know how my mom would do it. Like how she would come home working like 12-hour days and like take care of all 6 of us and like not even look like she's tired at all.
Dude.
And like our house would be in tip-top shape, like everything would be clean.
Because you guys were cleaning it, or she was?
Well, like we would help out, but she's always been a very, very cleanly person. Like she would freak out over like the littlest shit. She's like you.
I was gonna say like me or worse.
Well, you're like no, you're weird with your cleaning because he's specific in certain things, but other things he makes disgusting.
The only thing,
and like doesn't care, like in the morning, like when he gets super faded overnight and like I wake up and I come into this room and it's disgusting.
Oh, some of the snacks are from you too that you just
it's hella fucking
you leave behind after Spliff Talks.
It's hella roaches, snacks, like just chip bags ripped open, candy bags ripped oh my god, hella shit.
Yeah, but also,
and then I'll go down in the fridge and then everything's like in different places and Yuriy just like puts like ketchup like in the middle of the fridge.
Oh my god.
I'm just like, bruh. It goes on the side shelves, you can see the condiments.
Can I say this though? Is sometimes I feel like you treat the studio like people have treated the No Jumper warehouse, where like I'll come in here in the morning, I'm like, oh, Riley's cup, Riley's Starbucks drink, Riley's popcorn bag. We had a good old night on Spliff Talks, and the next morning it's all still here.
That is true. I will give you that. I do leave my snacks from the night prior in here too, but that's just because you do it.
Yeah, but that's because in my mind I just know that like I'm gonna clean it up in the morning. That's what I tell myself.
I clean it all the time.
I clean it all the time. I always come in here with a giant trash bag and I pick all this stuff up.
It just bothers me.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say the thing with me and like my like like where I draw the line with dirt or dirtiness is like I don't like bringing outside dirt in. You know what I mean? Like that's why like I like to keep the shoes, at a certain spot or whatever. I don't want to bring the shoes inside the house. I want to try to keep the floors clean. Like I don't know. It's just like I don't like the idea of bringing outside dirt in. Rylee was like saying I was being extra today because we're doing laundry. And Rylee put the laundry basket on the floor, and every laundry room has like the little table where you could put your stuff on. And I was like, "Babe, why'd you put it there? Put it on the table."
I'm about to wash all of these.
And she's like, "I'm about to wash it." And I'm like, "Yeah, but we put these laundry baskets in our room on the floor, and then you're putting that same basket on the floor in the laundry where
it's like,
homeless people sleep and piss and all this shit."
They do not.
I would not be surprised.
I don't think so.
I don't know. I don't know. Well, that's right. And then that's when Rylee was like, "You're so weird with what you choose to be picky about because you're really a gross person in reality."
For real. Can't wash yourself, but makes it a priority to take your shoes off.
Oh my god. I can wash myself.
Barely.
What do you mean barely? I like whenever I feel like I need to, I do. I never like think like, oh man, I'm gross right now, let's keep it rocking. Like whenever I feel gross, I'm like, all right, we need to knock this out. Take the shower as soon as possible. You just do it like I
don't know how you do it because you like you're just sitting all day getting sweaty and gross, and then like you don't.
Who gets sweaty sitting?
You don't feel. I know you do because it gets stuffy in here.
And from the dabs, I do. I do start sweating.
And like I don't know, I just always have to like cleanse myself after the day. Like just rinse everything away.
I feel like you just do it by routine.
Or and then in the morning, like I just need a refresher. I just like to feel clean.
Yeah, I feel that. I feel like you just do it by routine. Like some people wake up and they're just like, oh, make my bed, brush my teeth. Like you're like, oh, wake up, take shower, and then do all these other things. I'm just like, bro, when I wake up, like I'd rather sacrifice my shower time for an extra 15-20 minutes on my Gameboy or scrolling through Instagram DMs and answering to people. Really?
I'd rather play with my Game Boy and go on IG than take a shower.
Well, I'm not saying
I'm but you have to keep up with your hygiene.
You'd rather play Game Boy?
No, but I mean, I'd rather be doing other shit. But
do you know what's fucked up?
Actually, no, I take that back because I really do love taking showers. It's like therapeutic.
You know what's fucked up is people have been calling me, like a couple people have been calling me old because I posted on Instagram the fact I was playing that old Pokemon game on Gameboy SP, and I got a couple of DMs saying like, you old man, like you don't even know anything about technology. You know, you could just get an emulator on your iPhone and play the exact same game the same way on your iPhone instead. And I'm like, yeah, I know that, but like I like the experience of having the cartridge, having the Game Boy SP. Like it just like it feels more real to me, you know what I mean? Like it just like having some saved file on my iPhone that says I have all these Pokemon and I put in, you know, 300 hours on that seems like a waste to me. I'd rather put in 300 hours on some cartridge than my iPhone. I don't know, even though it's the same thing kind of technically.
Wow.
Riley's like, I don't care about this one.
I just realized how annoying the noises on those things are.
Really, dude?
I never kept my volume on when I used to use those because that shit would bug the fuck out of me.
Did you play Pokemon though?
No, but my brother would.
Well, he probably kept his volume on.
Yeah, and that shit was annoying.
You need the volume on for certain like it gets you in the mood or whatever.
No, it doesn't. It's the same noise.
Riley I was like playing it last night, and Riley was like giving me the death stare, like, really? And I'm just like, dude, I'm just chilling here, man. Sleep. I feel that. You fell asleep hella quick yesterday. Dude, what time do we go to sleep?
I was exhausted.
We tried to go to sleep early last night, right? It was like 12 or something like that.
It was like 1.
It was like 1 or 12. Rylee fell asleep, and I lay down next to her, and I started playing Game Boy. And I was thinking in my head, like, I'm going to play like for 30 minutes an hour, do some progress, I'm going to go to sleep. I was playing, and then I start saying my Game Boy's about to die, and I'm like, let me go take a smoke break. And then I come here in the studio, roll up a tiny little spliff, and then smoke it, and then continue playing the Game Boy. And then I'm like, what time is it? And it's like 4:30. And I was like, God damn it, I stayed up until...
That's why you slept in so late.
Yeah, I didn't want to tell you in the morning because then you'd get more upset. But I slept until like 1 or 12 or... No, I woke up at 11 today.
No.
11, yeah.
No.
Yeah, by the time I got up it was 11.
No, it wasn't.
I checked. When I was fully awake, it was 11. I laid in bed till 11:30. But I was awake at 11.
Bullshit.
But it's because I was up until
like
4:30 playing...
11:30, and then you got up at like 12. You're crazy. Yeah. You need to stop doing that.
Dude, here's the thing. Rylee doesn't want to do it. And it's like, and I don't really trust, we don't have anyone that lives near us, you know, that we trust enough to do this, but like, what? I need someone literally to physically be like, Yuriy, wake up, Yuriy, get up, Yuriy, you gotta stream, you gotta edit videos, get the fuck up, like, slap me around, throw cold water in my face. Like, I need someone to give me an aggressive, like, military wake up every morning. That's what I need. Because like it sucks. Like my mom used to be my like alarm clock for the longest time because she would bug me. She'd be like, Yuriy, like, and I'd just be like, shut up, dude, leave me alone. She would not stop until I wake up.
You're the worst to wake up. I literally recorded him this morning. You didn't even remember me recording
I
that.
did not.
Saying that, huh? Exactly.
What did I say? I was like, I'm a hurt.
You're like, no, I'm a hurt you. I was like, oh, hell no. I'm going to call the police.
Rylee has this video of me.
I was like, wake up. I was like, get up. He's like, huh? Like, his face is, like, all out of it.
Smashed and smushed up. Rylee's like, wake up.
I was like, you told me to wake you up at 9. It's 9:30. I was like, it's about to be 10. He's like, no. He's like, I'm going to hurt you.
Because Rylee's like, you told me to not, to not stop until you're up, and it's 9:30. Wake up, you're awake. And she kept bugging. I was like, fuck off, babe. I was like, I'm going to hurt you. Leave me alone. I don't know why I said that. That's so weird. 'Cause you're
scary.
Shut up. I'm scary.
Yeah, you are. You're mean to me.
Oh my god. When I'm half asleep and I don't even remember.
Oh, see?
Don't talk to me when I'm half asleep and don't remember.
Exactly. Don't talk to me when I'm half asleep.
Why? What'd you do to me?
You always say that I'm a bitch when I'm half asleep.
Oh, no. Yeah, you fucking are.
What happened
100%.
the other day? Something happened. I forgot.
Oh, dude. I was... Oh my god.
It was the onion breath. That was
No. After that. Number 1... Mbox 30 Lover and J-Rez. I think there might be one other person, but these dudes have been sending me through the fucking ringer with these bong grip donations, dude. Like I some people will say like, oh man, like who wants to pay you $10 to take a bong rip? Like, it's like I have that as an option just to make it more interactive, and I set it at 10 because if it's like at 2 or 1, guess what? I'm gonna be here taking a million bong rips. It has to be at a higher amount, so like I'm not taking a ridiculous amount here, you know. And I set it at 10 for that reason. But the other day I'm trying to play. Oh fuck, they're already calling me. Could you pick it up? The other day, actually wait, maybe I should just pick it up.
Do we need change?
$10. Wait, is it 50?
Yeah, it's $10, please. Thank you. Bye-bye.
How long?
10 minutes.
Okay, yeah, they always say that. Fuck, I forgot what I was saying. Oh, yeah. So I was playing this game called Stalker, and I was trying to play this game called Stalker, and then these fools literally donated like 40 bong grips and like 10 dabs for me to take, where I was just like, I'm not even joking, like I felt drunk, like I felt like woozy, like I'm about to vomit, I can't even stand drunk type thing. Like that's how high I felt. And basically I finished like 10 dabs, 40 bong rips. I ended the stream and I was like, dude, I just want to stumble into bed and go to sleep. But then I remembered it's like 4:20, 4:30 in the morning. I was like, fuck it, dude, I'm gonna do Rylee a favor here so Beans doesn't bug her too early. I'm gonna go walk Beans right now, right? And then I walk over to Beans, and he's usually like knocked out asleep when I come in there. But he was like up like standing on all four legs staring at me, and I was like, what the hell? Like, let's go, Beans, whatever. I take him outside. Didn't notice anything yet. Take him outside. He pees, he poops. I bring him back in, and then I put him down on the floor to go back in his kennel, and he usually just runs back in there. And like he was refusing to go in there, and I was like trying to like pick him up and put him in there, and he was like pushing back. I was like, what the fuck? Like, why is he refusing to go in his kennel? I look, and he had shat like in 4 different areas in his kennel. And the day before he did this, Rylee told me that he had ate some dog shit when she was walking him or whatever, so he's obviously feeling sick or whatever. And he had shit all over his kennel. It's still dark, and I had to fucking we only have 2 lights in our room. I had to turn on one of the lights next to Rylee so I could see anything, so I could clean up the kennel. I turn on the light.
Went wrong.
I turn on the light. I start cleaning, and then Rylee's just like, "Why'd you turn on this light? Why are you making all this noise? What the? Shut up, Yuriy."
Shut up.
Oh, you and then you were like, "Oh, you just finished your stream, huh? Like, wow, I can't believe you're coming back at 4:30 from your stream." And then you just start going off, and I'm just like, "Bro," I was like, "I'm cleaning Beans' shit right now, dude."
I was also half asleep.
Yeah, but I was just like, bro, I'm cleaning Beans' shit right now, dude. Like, he's feeling sick, and I did not want this. I wanted to go straight to sleep. I'm trying to do you a favor, and I was just like, bro, that's terrible. You were so angry.
Well, you're right. I was a bitch that night, but that's just because I was woken up. I was half asleep. I don't recall a lot of that either.
I don't recall what I said either, I guess. Where's my phone? Oh, you have it over there. Anyways, so that's Rylee and I complaining about each other for the first 30 minutes. Was that good?
Welcome to couples therapy.
I know. Another episode of couples therapy. Anyways, for our very first topic, which I had a couple of these topics I had for last week, so forgive us if they're a little bit dated already, but this one's very interesting. Putin, president of Russia, is offering 1 million rubles to any woman who gives birth to 10 children or more.
And what's rubles to dollars?
So you hear 1 million rubles, you're like, ooh, fuck yeah, I'm about to, become a woman, squirt some babies out, but because that is possible technically. No, 1 million rubles is $16,000. And yes, the dollar does stretch a little bit longer in Russia. Like 1 million rubles probably would, maybe go a little bit longer in Russia, compared to 16K out here. But still, to take care of 10 plus kids for $16,000, it just out here for sure it doesn't make sense. But I'm wondering, does that make sense out there? Like, would the money transition actually like be worth it? But then also, this proves that I get shit all the time of people DMing me saying, you don't know anything about Russia, stop talking about Russia, it ain't even like that, blah, 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 or whatever. It's like, bro, one thing I've said before is Russia is like, it's a huge country. It's one of the biggest countries, but it has one of the smallest populations compared to country size. You know what I mean? Like, compared to how much space they have very little people.
But do you think part of it's because it's like kind of unlivable? Like some of the places are unlivable because it's so cold?
Siberia, yes, it has that issue, but there's a lot of parts of Russia that are just open land. You know what I mean? It's more the government and the politicians just being selfish. They could expand, they could build better cities, more smaller towns and all that stuff, but the politicians just suck up all the fucking tax money and suck up all the money just to make themselves and their families more wealthy. They don't really care about the civilians or whatever it is. So I think that's the main issue. But I've talked about how like they have a population problem out there where they don't want people to move away. They've like ever since I was a kid, I heard it's always been super hard to move out of there because they want to keep everyone there. Yeah. And now with this whole war going on, people are fleeing Russia like fucking crazy because they either don't want to be a part of the fight, they don't agree with it or whatever it is. And now Putin is offering women $16,000, a million rubles to birth 10 kids. Would you do it?
No, hell no. First of all, people get paid like $30K to like do one kid out here.
A surrogate.
But they're not gonna for a child. But and that was probably like years ago I heard that, so it's probably even more now. But to have 10,
it's not even like 10 that you just poop out and give to Putin. It's 10 you poop out, you gotta love and take care of for 18 years each. You're like, bro, I don't have this. That's crazy. I wonder if he had what if he had a thing where
that's not like you're set for life and you're gonna be able to provide for your kids.
No,
like,
exactly.
Forever. It's like that doesn't even make sense.
Yeah, and then when I first brought this up to Rylee was like, "Why do I feel like Putin wouldn't even end up paying them?" And I was just like, "I 100% agree. It's like I can 100% see the Russian government. They've done this so many times,
exactly.
Bro. The Russian government has done so many shady things where so many shady things to their civilians or to the people, the population that lives there, and I could easily see them saying like, oh, we're gonna give you $1 million at $50 a month, and then once you're 80 we'll give you the fucking last check.
Yeah, it's gonna like be exactly. Fuck that. No, I do not trust him.
Yeah, I don't know.
With that shit.
It's gonna work.
You're gonna be shit out of.
But what sucks though is like it's gonna work. Russia is so incredibly poor in certain areas. It's like a lot of areas.
It's gonna at least take 10 years to get your money because you can to have 10 kids, right? Like, don't you have to have 10 kids?
Oh yeah, that's true, huh?
You can't just have 10 kids at once.
You gotta have 9 just for the strength of it, and then like, what if by the 10th one your body's like giving out? It's like you can't do it, and then you have 9 kids for free. Basically, you're like, oh fuck. Now I gotta take care of these assholes. I don't know, man. That's fucked up. But it's like I don't think this is it's like I don't think it's gonna work to repopulate the country. I feel like, but it's so funny how China has a rule where you can only give birth to 1 kid. Like I think they have that rule still, where it's like only one kid per family or something like that or whatever. And Russia's like, please give us 10 kids, we'll pay you.
Yeah, that whole thing does not make sense at all.
You know what Russia should do?
Realistically, because I don't think any woman can have 10 kids back to back to back like that.
Octomom.
Yeah, you would have to pray for multiples.
Knock her up twice, you got yourself 16 kids.
Where is she?
She's a porn star, something like that. I think, right? I heard she did something along those lines or whatever. I don't know, but it just feels like it's fucked up because a lot of Russia is like super poor. It's like villages and stuff like that, like places I come from. And dude, everyone out there would love a free $16,000, and they're having kids regardless. Like my dad is a kid of like 13 children, so his mom had 13 kids just cuz. So
I know. I wonder how spread out they all are.
What do you mean?
Like in age. Do you know?
I probably asked that before, but I don't exactly remember. Dude, I honestly felt bad about that because I was watching that dude Peter Santinello. I was watching his videos the other day, and he was hanging out with some more cowboy guys. And one of the cowboy dudes he was showing off his barn, and he kept talking about his family, how he was just like, yeah, my mom and dad used to own this barn. Like my mom and dad this, my mom and dad that, and their grandparents this, and their grandparents that. And then he took him to a room where he had all their names labeled, like my mom's name is this, her parents' names are that, their parents' names are that, and he had like a whole family tree laid out with all their names. And I was like, dude, I do not even know my grandma's name. I don't.
That's crazy.
I don't know my grandpa's name. Never heard his. Actually, I have heard his name, but it's like a lot of Russian names are similar. Like did this or totya that or whatever it is. Like, so it's like I thought it was like so cool to have like actually a family tree of names. So I was like, I want to do that. You know what I mean? Like, so I can actually be like, this is my family tree, the names of everyone. photos would probably be impossible to get at a certain point.
But your mom has like so many photos of everybody.
I know.
From, like, so long ago.
And I always wonder, like, just to be in that situation of like when those photos were being taken, you know what I mean? Like, what the fuck was happening? Like, were they using one of those like old, hey, stand here for 5 minutes while I crank this? You know what I mean? Like, is that what was happening?
Shit. It looks like it in some of them.
For real. You know what I've also always wanted to do? Like, I know it's expensive, but I know my mom would fucking really enjoy it. But one of my dreams would be to have the money to just like pay someone to take all of their, because they have so many photos and videos, to take it all and like make it high def, because people can take old photos and like add color and add, you know, remaster it so it looks super nice or whatever. It's very expensive, and we have thousands of photos, so it's probably going to be like, you know, thousands of dollars to do everything. But that would be a cool dream of mine, is to like one day surprise them with like, hey, I just got all the photos remastered and everything put on this hard drive, you know what I mean? Like, that'd be so easy. I remember back in the day, we would sit down and watch VHS tapes of like what the fuck we filmed last summer. You know what I mean? And I'd be like, bruh.
Same. I would hate it. I would feel so embarrassed, like, shit of me singing. And
oh my god.
So much embarrassing shit. I'd be like, oh my god, do not play this right now.
And it's so funny when like,
so funny to watch.
It's funny when like they're like, oh, Rylee, you were like this when you were a kid, and they stick a camera in your face, dance like you when you were a kid again, and you're just like, get that camera out of my face, bruh. It's so fucking funny. But nowadays, parents probably have no problem filming their kids. They're like, hey, this is going on YouTube and Instagram. Do a little dance. They're just like,
do this TikTok with me.
Exactly. Back in the day, it was like, bro, I did not want to be in a picture of my mom and dad right now.
We're all awkward as fuck.
Exactly. All right, I gotta go. I'll be back in a second. I don't know. You have a couple things that we were talking about talking. Hello? Okay, I'm coming out right now. Thank you.
All right. Well, as Yuriy leaves, I will take over.
Like 1 minute.
1 second. So, guys, if you have been tuned in to Love Island Spliff Talks, tonight is actually the finale. And I can't believe it's going to be over already, but thinking back on it, it feels like it's actually been a fucking long time, because there's so many people like I forgot were actually on the show. So I'm really excited to see what happens tonight. Yeah, I think it's gonna be wild. They're actually gonna do the first ever reunion show after 2, which is crazy because they've never done that before. And I always think that's like the best part of reality shows, like when everybody gets eliminated and then they can come back and like all talk shit to each other. It gets crazy. But yeah, I'm juiced. All right, I'm pulling up the chat because Yuri's gonna be gone for a minute. We're not gonna talk about anything without him. Is a couple going home tonight? I think no, tonight's the finale, so we're gonna actually see the winner, but we have 3 episodes to catch up on, and so yeah, a couple couples are gonna be getting eliminated. Shit quiet as fuck. I know, it's so awkward without Yuriy. I'm sorry. Can you guys do another show? Oh, like watch another show after that? I think me and Ali are gonna try to do another show. I think the boy, or at least Yuriy, is like doing a lot of other things. He's gonna start a new podcast on Wednesday, which we're probably gonna talk about. So he has like too much to do, but me and Ali want to watch another show and like talk about it. So stay tuned for that. Oh, he's coming back. That was quick. Oh, I talked to the chat for a second about Spliff Talks.
Okay. Whew, sorry. Boom. Boom. There we go. As we started this episode, I really realized we had no more weed. So I told Rylee to order.
No, you have to.
She was like, you fiend.
I was like, we could do it with 1 joint.
No, we can't. This is we could go for 4 hours today. Who knows? We have a lot to get through.
Okay.
I have to catch my breath.
Hungry.
You're hungry?
Yeah.
I guess I am a little bit hungry too. Damn, I really got to catch my breath. I ran there and back.
That was fast though.
That's because I ran in flip-flops, which is fucking harder. Anyways.
Flip-flops.
Jeez. I forgot who posted. Wait, so you didn't bring up any topics?
Well, I just said that tonight's the finale of Love
Oh,
Island.
yes. So if we do it, we have like 4 episodes to get through. 3.
I said we should just skip through the baby one.
The what one? The baby one? Really? We could like just skip through it, right? I don't know. Maybe. There might be some juicy parts.
We'll see.
But anyways, one of the topics I have written, I forgot who posted this. I think it was Flacco on the Poetic Flacco Instagram or whatever. But he had posted that a woman got scammed by 2 little kids because 2 little kids came up to her saying, hey, ma'am, like, we need to call our mom or whatever it is. Can we use your phone for a second? She's like, yeah, of course. Gives these kids her phone, and these kids send themselves $1,000 Venmo. And their Venmo was called Black Lives Matter.
Oh, my God. Wait.
Isn't that crazy?
So, where were the kids? And
I think this happened in New York. I forgot exactly where it happened, but it said like 2 little kids, like around the age of 10 or something like that, basically just came up to a woman on the street and were just like, hey, you imagine 2 kids came up to you like, hey, ma'am, like, can we use your phone to call our mom? You'd be like, yeah, here you go. And they just fucking sent themselves $1,000 Venmo. That's like...
It sounds like the time I got played. My first time out here.
Oh, yes, I know. Yeah, that was funny. Whatever. Everyone got to get...
like a fucking idiot after.
Everyone got to get played once, at least.
Dude, never trust the kids trying to sell you shit in front of...
Dude, speaking of which, you know what's crazy?
They're everywhere.
During my IRL stream in Hollywood, I was going around Melrose or whatever, and all those kids that were on the block selling candy are now mostly... They still have a little candy box sitting on the side, but they're now all standing there selling like bedazzled T-shirts and hats now. They're all just selling drip. And I was just like, damn, dude, like... It's evolved, you know what I mean? Because at first when you see these kids, it's you assume it's like a school program because they do have these programs where it's just like, oh, sell some candies, whatever, this and that, and you make some extra money. That's what you assume it is. Mm-hmm. But technically it's to have little kids on the streets selling candy technically as like a job or whatever. Like, I don't know, there's certain legal things where like I guess it could be wrong, whatever. But a hustle's a hustle, and if you're a kid and trying to make money, like go for it. Whatever, but like now it's like they're not even doing the candy anymore, it's just drip, and you're like, oh, this is not even like a school program at all anymore. This is just like I'm just hustling to make money at a young age, which is crazy because at those kids that I saw in Melrose at their age, I was doing nothing. I was like hanging out at the park playing basketball and like like fucking pissing off Russian grandmas and grandpas. Like I wasn't even thinking like about making money.
I know, me. Yeah, no, they're fucking hustling all day.
Isn't that crazy?
Talking to every single person. Hey.
Dude, that's the other part is just like being on Melrose can be a little bit intimidating and like scary. You know what I mean? Like any high populated tourist area like that. But then they're like kids already fucking jaded and used to it. They're just like, yeah. What up, little mama? You want a bedazzled hat?
Bedazzled hat.
But anyways, the thing we were saying about the woman getting scammed by those kids, dude, like I could see myself doing that as a kid. Like when I was running around my homie Victor, dude, we wouldn't do things like that because we thought like, oh hell yeah, we're about to make $1,000. We would just like realize loopholes and be like, oh, that's easily exploitable. Why not do it? You know what I mean? Like, and we would just do dumb things just because we knew it was possible. And like, if I knew that, oh, all I have to do is come up to some people and be like, hey, can I use your phone, please? I need to call my mom, and just send myself $15. I'm just like, oh, sweet.
Fuck no. That's so fucked up.
Dude, someone gotta do that in
That's just taking advantage.
Some kids got
kindness.
Some kids gotta try that in Beverly Hills.
That's so shady. That's some shit my little brother.
Michael?
Finesse people.
Really?
He told me, he's like, I order Postmates and then I just say I'm missing or shit and I get my money back.
Oh yeah, that works but you can't do that every single time.
I'm just like, damn, you're funny.
Yeah, that will work like, I don't know, a couple times, but then slowly Postmates is gonna be like, curious about your accounts or whatever it is. One random topic I saw also from like last week when we were supposed to do the other episode is UC Berkeley has like different like houses where it's kind of like not what's it called, like a sorority or fraternity type thing where just like people will group up into certain houses or whatever it is for whatever reason. And apparently there's like a POC house, like that's what they call it, like themselves, a person of color house in UC Berkeley, and they released their house rules recently, and one of the rules says no white people at all allowed because white people are violent, and some other
The
stuff or
violent
whatever. And
crime.
basically, like, as soon as they posted this, it was just like such a blatant example of let's fight racism with more racism. You know what I mean? Like, let's fight closed-minded people by being also closed-minded. Let's fight blanket statements with more blanket statements. It's just like, it's kind of crazy. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I'm still out of breath.
I'm actually really surprised that Berkeley.
Where is that again?
It's in the Bay.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, it's like right before San Francisco. It's
Oh,
where Fish
did
Ranch
we-
Road is.
It's where what?
Fish Ranch Road is.
Oh, really? Did we see it when I was out there?
We went to Fish Ranch Road, so we drove into it.
Really?
Mhm.
They're just like in the middle of the city or next to the city?
It's not in the city. It's
Oh.
like a city before you get like
Ah,
on the bridge.
I don't know. But basically, I saw that and
But
I was
it's
just like,
it's like a really, it's like really diverse and like hipstery.
mm-hmm.
It's a really hipster area. Like
Okay. But
I was surprised
all the
to hear
areas
that.
around San Francisco are kind of like, you know, super hipstery, I would say.
yeah,
But anyways,
exactly. So
I
that's
thought
why I was
that
shocked.
rule is just, dude, it just like, bro, what happened to judging a person by their character and like by their actions rather than by their skin color, which is exactly what they're
I know,
doing
it's
here. They're like,
just-
oh, you're white, you must be a terrible person, get out of here. You know what I mean? It's just like, I don't know, man. That's not the right way to approach whatever I feel like they're trying to accomplish there, because that's definitely, you know, people are gonna say like, oh, I'm biased, whatever, because I'm white. But it's like this rule, this house rule that they implemented is not gonna affect 99.99999% of America. It's like whoever goes to that school at this moment and wants to be in that house, whatever. That's the people it's gonna affect, really. So it's not gonna affect anyone. But it's just kind of it's gone viral because it's just I think it's a stupid rule. Doesn't make sense.
It's just like kind of like wild. It's
Yeah.
like going back in time again. Like
Yeah, exactly. It's like, oh, you were supposed to be progressive, not regressive, which is like the
Yeah.
video we were just watching about this, and it's just like, yeah, that's completely regressive. Let's throw a blanket statement on people. All white people are the same way. You guys aren't allowed. Doesn't matter. We don't want to hear your story. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's just weird. It's just strange. And I'm not just saying like, oh, let some white people on in there. It's like I don't really
No.
care. I'm just saying that rule is just dumb. You know what I mean? It's
just,
fucking funny.
yeah. I don't know. I feel like it's true. Like racism has been getting like really crazy again lately.
It's like people are trying to fight racism with racism. You know what I mean? Like in certain situations, and I feel like that might be an example of it. Which is weird.
I don't know.
Anyways,
It's crazy.
another-
I never think like that, so it's
Bruh.
just random.
Another New York, I guess another fucking piece of news from New York. People under the age of 18 are now banned from buying whipped cream.
Because of the whippets.
Yeah, well, yeah, because you can like, you know, if you turn it upside
Yeah.
down, it gives you the cream. But if you keep it like that and go, it'll get you faded. Have you ever done that?
No, I told you I've never done it, and I don't want to try it.
But you don't have to do an actual whip it. I'm saying you never took whipped cream and fucking inhaled some of the gas.
Yeah, I think so.
And did you
probably.
feel funny?
No.
Really? I remember my homie Victor in like 5th grade or 6th grade put me onto that, where he told me, he's like, bro, you know that if you do this, like, it makes you feel funny or whatever it is. And then I started doing it like hella often. I remember I would
You never told me this.
I would continuously go to my refrigerator because my
Oh,
parents had whipped cream
God.
at the time. I would continuously go to the refrigerator and go, and like I remember at a certain point, my mom was or dad was just like, "Oh, like you really love that whipped cream," and I'm just like, "Yeah, dude, like it's so good." But like I would just go to the kitchen, just fucking take hits of the whipped cream.
That's sad.
Why is that sad? It's like when you're a kid, you find out like things make you feel funny. You're like, I don't know, you kind of just like, oh, let me fuck around with this to experiment, I guess.
Scared of everything.
But I don't know. I used to do it. I don't know. I know whippets are definitely dangerous, but like I think that the amount of gas you get out of a whipped cream can, and they're like what, $4, $4 or $5 now with inflation probably. Like
Yes.
it's like you're
Definitely.
not getting it. It's not worth your money. It's like you're better off spending your $4 or $5 on probably like weed as a kid than buy a cream can. But then actually, as a kid, anyone could buy a fucking whipped cream. You don't have to worry about finding someone who could buy you weed.
What is this only in one state?
It said New York.
Oh, New York.
The thing I read. Damn,
Damn.
kids in New York must be fucking getting lit off the fucking whipped cream if they have to
Well,
ban it.
Is that where it was like popping?
I don't know. I don't know about New York's relationship with the whipped cream, craze, but as a person from Los Angeles and who like grew up always, you know, all my friends have always been Hispanic, like, and all the parties I've gone to, it's just like always in like, you know, Boyle Heights, you know, South LA or whatever. Like, it's like I've always seen whippets as a part of the party scene. You know what I mean? Like, as like the balloons for $5 or like 2 or 3 balloons for $5. I don't know. I've always seen it a part of the thing. So I don't like. I never heard of people saying like, "Oh, this is a New York thing." I always associated with like a Latino LA thing.
Damn, I've never seen it before I came out here.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like people in the Bay Area do
they probably
balloons.
do, but not where I'm from.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Actually, you know what? I had a couple of homies in high school too who were like in high school they were already on it. They were like kind of doing that shit all the time. And I didn't think much of it. I just thought like cuz they didn't act dumb, they didn't act like weird or silly. They would just always have like
It's probably stronger now.
You think so?
Probably.
I don't know. The gas is stronger now. I'm not sure. But that's fucking crazy, bro. Like, you know what's insane is like I actually saw like a local news article the other day about how in a certain state they're starting to put spam, like the meat spam, behind locked gates because so many people are stealing it. And then Hawaii had made a video saying like, we've been putting our spam behind locked gates for the past like 20 years or whatever, because like so many people eat spam in Hawaii that they just steal it.
Yeah.
So they have to keep it behind like locked gates, like they keep, you know, razor blades and other items or whatever. But it's crazy that now you go to New York, whipped creams are behind the fucking cage. It tells you a lot about like the people that live in that area. Mm-hmm. When you see the things that are behind the cage, you're like, oh, this is what gets stolen most often.
Always alcohol.
Yeah, always alcohol. The razor blades, condoms.
Yeah.
What else? A couple of the items are kind of fucked up. A couple of the items are just like
eyelashes.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I was gonna say a couple of the items are usually due to like homeless people. Like a couple of the items are like cleaning yourself items or like self-care items that, you know, everyone kind of needs, and those things are put behind the locked gates because so many homeless people steal them. I'm just like, damn, that part's fucked up. They're just like, hell no, you can't grab this one. I don't know. I'm sorry, underage kids of New York, man. You can't get high off the whippets anymore. But also, bro,
enjoy your hot cocoa.
The thing about
nice
I know
cream.
that's
just some
true.
Wholesome kids want some whipped cream.
Imagine you go to a fucking like a place with your nephew or your niece, you know, and you like ask for some hot cocoa, and you're like, yeah, whipped cream for the both of us, and they're like, can I see her ID, sir? I'm like, what do you mean? Like they're gonna start IDing for whipped cream? But also I was gonna say the benefit of New York is you're surrounded by so many other states. All you gotta do is probably like drive an hour away and you can buy yourself some whipped cream too. We're just helping kids get high at this point. I don't know. Don't do it. That shit's bad for your brain.
Just trying to
apparently.
Hook all the fiends up.
all the little fiends out there.
All the little fiends.
The other topic I have is an interesting one. I brought it up with the perspective that I thought it was stupid and it was ridiculous, and Rylee was like, it actually makes sense to me.
No, it doesn't. I was just kidding.
Really? I thought you were being serious.
No.
An Australian nightclub bans staring without consent. So you can't, I'm not sure what the rules are of how long you could take a look at a person and be like, you know, like that or whatever. Is that bannable?
Some guys get creepy.
Yeah, I do. I know I've seen it before when I've gone to bars or clubs and I see those one dudes who just like, they're just horny out of their mind, and they just see some girl, they're just like, ooh, like can't get a vibe that she is not into them at all, and they're just like, I could definitely see that happening. But then also that gets taken care of naturally. You know what I mean? Girl will walk over to some other guy. Hey, that guy's fucking staring at me. Yeah. Like, can you take care of him? Like that problem gets taken. That problem gets taken care of like naturally. Either you can, as a girl, you can either come up to the bouncer, be like, that guy's being a weirdo, can you help me? Or just you probably have a guy friend there with you, or you just come up to some guy who wants to buy you a drink. You're like, oh, you want to buy me a drink? Beat up weirdo over there, and I got you. You know. It's like, I don't know. I feel like
you would think this is a stupid idea.
Oh my god, it's really you waited until now to say it. It's like
Mr. Stare.
I was not staring, number one, but number two, it's just like, dude, this is like just another example of like Meta and Facebook, you know, Meta/Facebook taking over the world, where just like you can't talk to anyone or look at anyone until you send a fucking, you know, a friend request via your brain scan device or whatever it is, and just like you can only communicate with people you friend requested before. And then just how Twitter has that rule where like you can't DM people you're not friends with or who don't follow you. It's like, I feel like in 3,000 years that's going to be the future. It's like you can't look at or communicate to people unless they accept your friend request. And you can't friend request them unless you know them. So you can never know anyone. You're just stuck being a robot working some fucking job.
Yeah, that's damn near.
It's
that's
weird,
how I feel
bro.
like right now.
Australia is known to be pushing the most dumbest woke agendas over and over again.
Let
and
you tell it.
their government is known for being very silly, and I think there's another example of it.
Let you tell it.
Really? I'm glad, bro. Honestly, Australia is the one place no one really wants to visit. They got spiders, scorpions, snakes, jellyfish. That's the one nice thing they have. They got stingrays. Like they have every creature that could potentially kill you. They have like roots over there probably, or they have like percentage of the species living over there.
You get really tan out there.
You get really dead too. That's what they say. They say visit Australia for the tan and stay because you've been killed by a scorpion, snake, koala.
Fuck that.
All right.
Just kick the creepy guys out. Just kick them out of the bar.
That's what I'm saying. It's like it's such an easy solution. Like banning staring. It leaves everything. Everything's becoming YouTube, where you throw the rules up into the air and you're like, oh, you can stare for 10 seconds, but not like this. But some people can stare for 30 seconds if they're not staring in that type of manner. And also, if you are rich enough, you could stare at whoever you want for as long as it's like there's gonna be all these fucking weird rules, bro. It's like a hierarchy of just like you can't look. But then also, what's going on at this club where they gotta ban staring?
I know.
Right? It's like, have you ever been, as a girl, before you met me, or maybe while you're with me, have you ever had a situation where some guy was just staring at you and you just like had to just be like, dude, what are you looking at? Like,
yeah.
And what happened?
I just go, boo. That's what I say. And they'll just be like,
did he end up getting digits?
No, hell no. I think it's creepy. I don't like that.
When people just stare at you, right? I don't know. I kind of... Sometimes as a guy, you're too scared to say something, though. You know what I mean? Sometimes you're just like, I hope she notices me.
Yeah, I mean, I think you kind of get the gist. If you make eye contact and then the girl makes eye contact with you back, that's different. But if you're staring at me and I'm giving you this look with like...
crunched eyebrows, you're like, And he's like licking his lips like, oh, hello.
Yes, and then that's where you're like, boo.
Boo?
Yeah.
That's your go-to?
Yeah.
Boo?
Yeah. Like,
what if he's like, I do want to be your boo?
Fuck out of here.
Oh, someone said that before, huh?
No.
Okay.
What? Only you.
I've said that?
Just right now.
Oh. Okay. I feel like that would be easy go-to line. Before we move on with the rest of the topics, I wanted to get into our one package we got today from the P.O. Box. I think it says Reddit or Redo Skateboards. I'll open up the package in just 1 second. But guys, for anyone that wants to send Rylee and I anything to open up during 10 Talks, our PO box is in the description. PO Box 3183 North Hollywood 91609. And anything we get in the PO box, we open every Sunday during 10 Talks. So luckily, we didn't get anything last Sunday, so no one had to wait an extra week or whatever it is. But we did get a package this week, and I already kind of know what this package is, based off the length and the height and the fact that it says Redo Skateboards right here, REDDO. Oh, Redot, REDDOT, Redot Skateboards. So huge shout out to Redot Skateboards. I believe they sent me a skateboard. We need to. Your favorite part, ripping tape off. Let's see if you could do it. It's gonna be hard, babe.
No.
Are you gonna be able to do it?
Yeah.
Dude, we can get I had a knife, actually. Why did I put the knife away?
Don't doubt me.
It's not that I'm doubting you. You gotta oh my god, okay.
There you go.
Let's go. Oh, let's see what we have in here. Oh, what the fuck? Damn. There's like hella... Oh, I think I see wax in there as well. Oh, we have a t-shirt right here. Let's check this out. Okay, so this is Redot.
Oh, I thought you meant Reddit.
Almost like Reddit.
My lit ass.
Oh, damn. This is skate wax, but it's in the shape of a lower jaw. That's really fucking interesting and cool. What the fuck? Yeah, REDDOT Skateboards, Redot or Redot. Dude, thank you guys so much for this. Redot Skateboards Runts? Huh? They have a Runts collab? No way. What the fuck? Is there weed in here? All right, hold on. Let's take a look at this t-shirt. All right, what do we have here? Shit only gets worse. I like this.
Ew.
This is your size, by the way.
Thank you so much.
I can just see from how large it is. It's definitely your size. I think that one's your size as well. What does that one say?
Too. Shit only gets worse.
Read out skateboards on top, or what does that say on top?
I don't know.
I can't read it either, but it looks like you. Thick.
Yeah.
Look at the grandpa having a heart attack because she's too hot on her roller skates.
Creep that needs to be banned in Australia.
I know, that's why they made that rule in Australia. I like this one though. Shit only gets worse with balloons on it. Whoa, look, they gave me hardware as well. So Redot skateboards and runts. Bro, is this a real thing? Dude, what the fuck? Redot skateboards runs hardware with bolts and screws and shit with the package. This is so sick right here, dude. Thank you guys so much, man. All right, what else do we have? Bro, hella shit. We're gonna have to open all this stuff right now. Let's go. I really like all their designs too. And also, this wolf that they have on it looks like the wolf from New Pagadi. I'm not gonna lie.
So cute. It does.
It does, right? I think we have a Rolex right here.
I love this color.
Oh, shit. Look, so... What does that one say? Oh, that's definitely you right there. Check this one out. It has a little Rolex, and then on the back...
Cute.
What does that say? Watch for scammers. Oh my god, that's so sick. I fuck with that. Watch for scammers. They're gonna be like, let you tell it. All right, what else do we? Bro, they stuffed this thing with hella shit, dude. Thank you guys so much, man. I'm like, fuck it. We're gonna open up everything we get, so might as well just go through all the items. Usually we don't get this many amount of shirts though. This is amazing. Thank you guys. Another Redot Skateboards runts. This is so sick right here. Thank you guys so much, man. Whoa, with a little Jesus on it. That's fire. Bro, we got so many.
Piece.
And there's more. Oh, a beanie.
Cute.
A fire-ass beanie. Thank you guys so much. And the creme de la creme. Oh, my fucking God. Dude, there's more shit, dude.
Oh my God. Another beanie.
Another beanie, I believe.
Oh, no, a hat.
Oh, a hat. Let's go. And then here we have
Cute.
a Redot Skateboards skateboard. Thank you guys so much, man. And I think this is my size. This looks like an 825 right here perfectly. Oh, that's fire.
Take everything personal.
Wow, that's crazy. Damn. A slight diss to Blasey. Take everything personal, it says on the back. Damn, I'm gonna have to send that to Blasey afterwards. I'm taking everything personal. Nah. Dude, this is a crazy assembly of items. This lower jaw wax for skateboarding. This is super fucking fire. These the hardware, this board right here, bro. This is definitely my size. I think this is 825. I'm definitely gonna skate this shit. Thank you guys so much, man. Oh fuck. And for anyone that wants to send us anything, the PO box is in the description. Wait, actually, it's way too hot for a hat, but this is so sick. Take everything personal. That's Rylee.
It's a white one.
That's Rylee's slogan.
Yep.
Take everything personal. All right, what else do we have next on the chopping block for us to say incorrectly or all this stuff? Anyways, Rylee just found out that Gabbie Hanna is going insane.
Yes.
I can't believe you didn't.
I just went down the rabbit hole.
Yeah, I can't believe you didn't see this already because like maybe I spend more time than I should on Instagram discovery, but I don't go through TikTok because I don't have a TikTok. I do have a TikTok where I did make a TikTok, but I'm not logged in on it. I don't remember the password or whatever, so I just don't even use it. I just go through any TikTok content I see is like reposted on Instagram. So whenever I'm going through Instagram discovery, I have seen hella posts about like people. It's like a trend, and when it's a trend, you know, just like it's such a solidified meme that everyone knows about it. But like people will basically take certain TikToks that she's made and they'll remix them or like, you know, what's the word, like reply to them or rematch, or I think it's rematch, like or match them. Audio? Yeah, use their audio, but like put the video next to it as well.
Oh yeah, remix. I think.
Yeah, remix it or whatever it is. Anyways, I've seen hella people remix her videos of her just saying weird shit. Like one of the popular ones is she has all these weird bug tattoos on her neck now, and she's like pointing at one of the beetles, and she's like, I got this beetle tattooed because I saw a beetle when I was a baby, and it told me I'd be an amazing woman one day or something like that, and then it switches to like a clip of some other dude like showing like some really stupid tattoo and going like, I got this tattoo because I love drinking beer, you know, or something like that. Like just people making fun of her getting too deep with her fucking tattoo shit, you know what I mean? And it's a really stupid tattoo, to be honest. A fucking beetle on your throat, why?
I know. Well, I didn't even realize, like, I haven't seen her on the internet for a long time because she's gone through so much drama. Like, she did.
For real.
She went through hella drama, and then she kind of just stopped going online, I guess. And then all of a sudden she started posting again. But I watched this other YouTuber named Sloan, and he made a video about her, and like I saw the thumbnail, and I was like, whoa, she looks like kind of unhealthy, like, and her I just noticed like all her throat tattoos. Yeah. I was like, what the fuck happened? Like,
and that's when I was like, babe, you haven't seen this yet?
Yeah,
like,
she's
been
wait,
losing it.
What happened? Like, I thought, I don't know, maybe she just, I don't know. And so then I went down the rabbit hole, and I was just like, damn, like I thought she was just, I first thought she was just trolling, because she's known to be like a troll, like do like crazy weird shit for.
I was like, no way she's trolling this hard.
But then I was like starting to like go on her TikTok. I went on her TikTok yesterday, and I was just like, damn, she posted like this shit 36 minutes ago, and it was like calling herself a colored woman.
Oh yeah.
And I was just like, they've already been talking about this for 2 days. If she hasn't corrected her like behavior, she is definitely going through something. Yeah. Mentally.
And I was just, I've watched this video before, but I told Rylee about it, how Sunny V2 made a video about that workout guy. I forgot his name. But he did like videos where he would show off his like hot body to girls on the street or whatever, but he was going insane recently too, and his friends were basically blaming it on his new ayahuasca like journey, how he started doing ayahuasca. He tried it out, and then he started telling his friends that he's like, oh, I do this shit every 2 hours, and basically he completely has lost his mind. And like, you know, when I saw that video, that video about that dude kind of confirmed something that I already was thinking that I've seen in my life, where like once me and all my friend group, like when we were like 16, 17, like once we found out about mushrooms, like a lot of us just started going crazy, you know what I mean? Like doing mushrooms like hella consistently. Like, you know, some of us are doing it once a month, some of us are doing it once a week. And I had homies who were doing it like every day. And then at first it's like there's no noticeable differences, and they can't notice any differences. But then after a while, you just start noticing like, my homie's talking about some off the wall shit right now, you know what I mean? Like, he usually doesn't talk about shit like this, or like you just start noticing like weird little changes, and then by that time it's like already progressing and it's too late. Like I've seen friends like, you know, basically lose their minds because they do psychedelics too much. And that's why like I'm always so careful with it, because we haven't done it in like close to a year now, but like we were doing it like every weekend, you know, for yeah, we were.
No, we weren't.
We were not. Okay, not maybe. I think
we would do it like maybe twice a month.
I think we did at one point like a weekend followed by another weekend afterwards.
We did that once, and okay. We were like, nah, we can't do that. Like,
but like I was telling Rylee, because Riley's like, you know, like, oh, it's fun, we should do it more, and I'm like telling her like, dude, like it's one of those things where you just gotta not do it, because like it's like you will lose your mind without you even realizing it. You know what I mean? And people are just speculating on that workout guy. You know, saying it might be the ayahuasca if you're doing it every 2 hours.
Yeah, because that shit's like strong. People go on like.
It's like
trips.
Exactly. It's like 10-hour trips journeys. From what I know, exactly. And I was telling Rylee, I'm like, dude, I wouldn't be surprised if Gabbie Hanna, because Gabbie Hanna seems to be a very spiritual person. She, you know, is into all that types of like, you know, Zen fucking zodiac sign bullshit. And I'm just like thinking like I could see her falling down that rabbit hole of like, hey, I'm gonna try you know, this drug. Oh, it feels amazing. I feel intelligent while I do it. I feel like I have everything figured out while I do it. And then you just do it more and more and more, and the next thing you know, you're, you know, saying shit like she is on TikTok.
I know. And then, so I guess this had been going on for a while, and people were like getting concerned. And this other guy who made a TikTok named Nick comes to his house. Like, I don't know. Comes to her house. He found her address on Google. I believe. Random dude, and is like, knocks on her door and was like, hi, can I use the bathroom? Like I'm lost. I need to use the restroom. And like she just like lets him in, and like he. TikTok, like I think he like goes live on TikTok in her house and like is showing the whole thing and makes a couple TikToks with her, and she's like, we're praying and we're gonna go on a run together. Yeah. And then all of a sudden, I guess one of her friends told her like, yo, get this dude out of your house, like he knows who you are. And like is like being weird. And she flips out on him. But she's like, what fuck? She was like, Nick, I know you know who I am. Like, why'd you do that? And then he's like holding her pills, and he's like, what are these for? And she's like, that's for my acne, you dumb. Oh my god. And like flips out with it on him and like sends him out, which rightfully so. Like, yeah. But fuck, I cannot believe all that shit happened. I wasn't even aware. Dude, and that happened recently too. Yeah. But then also it's like this past week.
that shit kind of just shows that, like, bro, like,
Jeez.
Some people don't have that thing in their head where they're like, I shouldn't let a random person into my house. You know what I mean? Like, dude, living in West Hollywood my whole life, I've ran into girls and people with that type of energy where they're just like, I'm spiritual. Everything happens for a reason. I've read The Secret. You know what I mean? Like, all this stuff or whatever. And then, like, every fucking, like, person they run into that says anything of, like, any, like, that kind of slightly makes sense to them, they just kind of, like, they'll, like, you know, be walking past a homeless man who says, like, I know your grandpa, you know, blah, 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 whatever. And they'll fucking get tricked by it. You know what I mean? Like, they're just, like, so hyped on the fucking spirituality thing that they look for signs. They specifically look for things to kind of, you know, get hyped on or whatever. And, like, they just they're so, like, gullible and shit like that. You know what I mean? Like, I've seen it's kind of like I don't know, insanity, or it's weird. It's like a weird version of being crazy, because she's like not crazy enough. Like, she's still able to feed herself and clothe herself and brush her teeth and do everything normal and, you know, continue paying her bills and everything like that, but she believes crazy things.
I know.
And she's posting 30 videos an hour.
I don't even know, like, what, beans?
No, the Sparky.
Yeah, it's like, where is her family?
They talk about her family, how they're like on the other side of the country, and they're saying that we're having trouble getting in contact with her, and we're sending over, like, her sister to go, like, you know, check on her. And honestly, it's like people, I've noticed that, like, argument constantly where they're like, oh, like, where's your family? How could your family members not do this for you? How could you, like, blah blah? It's like, bro, at a certain age, you know what I mean? Like, and depending on the person, the age is different, because some people can just, like, you know, leave the nest at, you know, young ages and just not care and take care of themselves or whatever. But, like, at a certain age, people are their own people. You know what I mean? Like, and you just can't control people. You know what I mean? You can't physically. You can throw them in a room and lock them up or whatever you want. That's, like, very extreme. But, like, it's like if a friend of yours gets into, you know, a bad drug habit, it's like you can't just tell your friend, like, stop doing that. You know what I mean? Like, don't do that anymore. It's like, and then also with the whole communication thing, it's like, you know, your sister can easily just not pick up on you. You know what I mean? Your daughter can just not pick up the phone on you and just be like, I don't want to talk to my mom. I don't want to talk to my mom. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like, you can't always expect the families to have that responsibility of, like, oh, you let your daughter go crazy in LA or whatever it is. It's just like, it's a hard ass situation. You know what I mean?
I know, but fuck. Sometimes.
What was your even like?
You gotta just sometimes at least one person in her family, she's had siblings. Like, go check in.
But what kind of content did she ever even make? Because I never watched any Gabbie Hanna videos. I just heard that she was popular.
She used to be called the Gabby Show.
But she was like one of
Vine. She started
really?
on Vine and then
moved to YouTube.
Then she moved to YouTube and she was like on the Vlog Squad.
Oh.
She like started hanging out with David Dobrik and stuff.
I always thought that like she had like built her own fan base by herself without David Dobrik, and they collabed.
She did. She was famous on Vine. They were all famous on Vine before.
Okay.
And then she did. I don't even know. I never really watched her shit either.
But wasn't she like a juggernaut of YouTube at one point? Like, where she was like one of the biggest people? Because I heard her name all the time. She was always in news. I think Gabby. Let me know if I'm wrong, but I think was Gabby Hanna the girl who she came up to Rice Gum and she was like trying to film him, and then Rice Gum like broke her phone and she was like, Rice Gum assaulted me. I think it was Gabby Hanna. And then everyone's like, bro, you were sticking your camera into some random dude's face. He asked you not to film, and then he threw your phone away, and you're gonna now claim assault. So she's always been crazy.
She's been very controversial.
Wow.
She has so much drama. Her and Trisha Peytas used to go at it all the time.
Bro. Speaking of Trisha Peytas,
she's about to have a baby.
Oh yeah, she's about to have a baby. But I did not know anything about Tequila. And then yesterday, Rylee and I watched like some YouTube video talking about Tequila and all her controversies, and I was just like, "This is Trisha Peytas. Like, this is like V1."
You think so?
Yeah, this is.
I think she's a little more intense than Trish.
Trisha Peytas like plays this game, dude, where like her game hasn't, her mount, like it looks like it's collapsed, but her mount hasn't collapsed shit, like, because she can really get called out for anti-Semitism, racism, all types of shit that she's actually really done, but she hides behind in all these like weird convoluted excuses. But like when I was watching that video about what's her name?
Tila
Tequila, I was like, bro, this is V1 of Trisha Peytas. I was like, this is the first version, and Trisha is like the more refined version of like crazy lady goes viral. It's kind of, I don't know, it's insane.
Yeah, I didn't even know any of that shit with Tequila either. I knew about her reality show.
So apparently
when it happened, but that was wild. But it was kind of like the same thing as Gabbie Hanna. Like, she got into drugs and like started like getting really into God and projecting all that shit and like kind of losing it. Dude,
that's honestly like it's more, I feel like it can also be an example of like why money is dangerous. You know what I mean? Like, and I remember back in the day when I was like drinking lean or whatever in like 2012 and like 2013, lean was it was at its cheapest ever. Basically, it was like $50 a line for activists, which is like, you know, like $50,000 a bottle now because it's like out of, you know, they don't sell it anymore. But even back in the day, like for me to spend $50 on a line, I was like, dude, like I only after I pay my parents the, you know, half the rent and the electric bills and I pay for my car and everything, I had like $100-200 left to my name. So I'm like, bro, like, do I really want to spend $50 or $100 on a couple of lean? I have done that stupid decision a couple times.
Yeah,
but that's the shit that limits you, is like, oh, I only have $100-200 to spend for the month and I need to be careful with this, right? But imagine you're rich and then you find something you like mushrooms, you know, lean, Percocets, whatever it is, and then like you're not limited by anything. It's like drug dealers become your best friend when you're rich. They pretend to be your best homie. They pretend to have your best interests at heart. They'll pretend to like love you and all this, you know, weird shit. Pause. But like they'll pretend to really be your best homie, but they see you as a cash grab. You know what I mean? Like, and people will get tricked by that shit and all this stuff. But like, that's the dangers of being rich. It's like you have to have really good self-control because you could really just do whatever the fuck you want. Yeah. Pills are what, like $10-15? You can buy 1,000,000 of them. Remember Mac Miller's last drug request? His last drug order was like $5,000 worth of stuff for one night. That was his one night with the hooker. And he got like so, and dude, what's even crazier is Mac Miller, like, dude, I had a little bit of a window into like, you know, people buying and selling drugs living in Hollywood, but that's a whole nother level of rich I've never even seen, where Mac Miller was contacting some lady saying, I want to buy, you know, $500 of coke and $300 of Molly and all these pills, and she was like, yeah. She's like, it was literally like $1,000 worth of drugs, and she was like, that's not worth my money. She's like, buy a hooker from me for like $3,000 an hour, and then I'll give you the drugs on top of it. And he literally just bought a hooker just to get the drugs. I was like, that's rich shit. Now you're dealing with the hooker in your room. You're like, oh, this bitch is in here just so I can do this coke. Like, it's like, bro, it's so weird. You know what I mean? Like,
jeez,
dude,
I know, that's sad. That story is so sad.
It's so sad because like it kind of shows how like lonely you can be as a rich person too. You know what I mean? Because it seemed like when we were watching that video about him in his last hours, like it really showed like how he had no friends. You know what I mean? Like in reality, like it seemed like he just wanted to hang out with some people.
But he always seemed so happy too. So that was like the wildest part.
He seemed happy, but then like after, I was never a Mac Miller fan, but then after going back to his songs, to his music, it's all so sad. It's all like he's super upset and he's like constantly talking about his sadness and like all this stuff, and then, you know, then people say like, oh, he was such a happy guy. It's like, no, he really wasn't. He smiled for pictures.
I think a lot of people just always talk about like what a light he was, and like he was such a cool person. So to me, it makes it feel like he was always like happy to be around.
Yeah.
In a good mood.
Like I said, I didn't really get into his music until after.
Probably because he was lit.
Yeah, exactly. He's just a fun guy to be around. But I didn't get into his music until after he passed away. But I bumped it at the warehouse before when I used to, you know, work full time at No Jumper. And Trevor would tell me like, bro, that shit brings me back to high school. That was my whole high school years. Just like listening to Mac Miller, and I'm like, that was like just like how Juice WRLD is for, what Michael's graduating class. You know what I mean? Like it's like that's what Mac Miller was to like another graduating class.
Yeah. Very true.
But another thing, I don't know how to what's a good fucking segue into this, but Rylee and I got into Game of Thrones very late, like 3 years late, 4 or 5 years late, like super late. But we didn't. By that point, it was so late that people weren't even talking about it anymore. So we didn't have to worry about spoilers or anything like that, and we just got into it. And
because it was COVID and we wanted a show to watch.
And we were bored.
We were
as fuck.
so bored, and I was like, let's try to watch Game of Thrones. Everybody talks about how good the show is.
Yeah, and me personally, it's like I've never really gone into shows like that. You know what I mean? Like where you have to invest yourself into this fantasy world. Where anything can happen, and you have to know their politics and why this person. It's like you have to learn about it. It's like I've never been interested in like spending the time to even care. But then we were bored during COVID. We got into Game of Thrones, fucking loved it. Thought it was so cool. And last Sunday premiered the first episode of House of Dragons, which is the prequel to Game of Thrones.
And I really liked it. What did you think?
You know what's interesting?
I thought it was. I mean, I think the first episode's always a little slow because it's like we're going to this back to this time period where it's like they talk hella different.
I couldn't understand like 50% of what they were saying.
And I'm glad that you can't understand it either, where it's like I feel a little lost, and then I'm like, fuck, okay, thank God Yuriy feels a little lost, because Yuri's usually pretty on top of like storyline. I understood the storyline, but their conversations are confusing. No, but like their names are just so crazy.
Here's the thing with shows like that is like if we're gonna invest, I'm gonna fully invest. And I was like sitting there listening to their conversations in the beginning of the show, and they're talking about like our ships from this like the land, all the landmarks, everything is like all made up. So like they're using words you've heard for the first time ever. They're like Hysteria Bridge and the Quadenkle alleyway, and like they're just making up all these fucking words, and you're just like okay, this water bridge and this bank, and like you're just trying to like put it all together. And then but
then you hear King's Landing, and then you're like, okay,
exactly,
I remember that.
No, but then I was gonna say like as I was listening to all their like little tiny conversations, I'm like thinking like, am I supposed to pay attention to all these tiny little details, or are they just filling in talk just to have a little talking moment before the guy storms in going, hey, you know what I mean, like King's here or whatever it is. Like I don't know, but I was getting lost because I couldn't understand what they were saying. It was like listening to an Irish person talk.
Yes, exactly. But after the episode,
no offense Irish people, I'm sorry.
After the episode, they always have like the director and the writer do like kind of like a synopsis of like
and the actors.
Mm-hmm. And now they added the actors on.
They didn't used to do that?
I don't think they used to have them.
Oh really?
But maybe they did. I don't know.
They explained it.
But they explain it like they kind of dumb it down for everybody to like make sure you understand what's going on.
You really got to rewatch it a couple times to I really understand exactly all the stuff they're trying to portray to you. We got the gist of it from the beginning, you know what I mean? But what I was gonna say is I saw Phil DeFranco talking about this shit, and he was saying that when Game of Thrones was happening, they had like a lot of more money behind them, and then now with this prequel, they've like lost a lot of their investors or something like that, or something happened because people got pissed off with the ending of Game of Thrones, where the dude left to go do Star Wars, and the ending was like kind of upsetting for a lot of people, and apparently they like they didn't have as much money.
Somebody left to go do Star Wars?
The writer.
Oh.
That's why the ending was like so abrupt and shit. That's what people are speculating.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Because he left to go do Star Wars instead or something. But so when we were getting into it, I was expecting like worse graphics, or it did seem a little bit like lower like CGI budget.
I think the battle scene was like
a little. You could tell.
We're used to like these big ass huge battle.
That's what I'm saying.
Scenes.
So like. Basically, when I was getting into it, I was expecting like a degradation in like quality, but it did not seem bad at all. It still seemed like the same old Game of Thrones vibe, but I did notice tiny little things where honestly, if I had not watched that Phil DeFranco thing, I would not have noticed it. If I did not know like, oh, it's lower budget this time, like I wouldn't have noticed it. But like after he said it, I was kind of like looking like, where's the lower budget shit? It's in the CGI. They didn't spend as much time on the color grading, or I don't know what the fuck they did, but it just seems like a little bit off.
I forgot how graphic it was though. Like when they did like their first I think it's when like the uncle was intruding one of the villages or something, and like he was like all their people were attacking the villagers or
they were attacking all the thieves and all the bad people of the townspeople. They were killing all the fucking like crooks and shit.
Oh, see, I was lost.
I think so. That's what I'm saying.
I thought they were hurting innocent people.
I think it was like a mix of innocent people, but then mostly they were saying that they were like, we're not letting these criminals pass. Like we're just gonna slay all criminals in sight, type thing.
But anyways, that scene was like super intense. I was like, oh shit, I forgot, but here we go.
When we were watching that scene, I was like, I was like, wow. Like, it always reminds me how, like, dude, we got through all of Game of Thrones, and Rylee couldn't get through one episode of Narcos.
It was so sad.
I want to relive Narcos so bad because that's such a good storyline. But then Rylee and I got into it, and there's like a sex scene and a rape scene, and Riley's like, this is why you watch this.
No,
Oh, this is terrible. I don't want to watch this.
Really? It was the rape scene that fucked me up.
Right. We talked about this a long time ago, but I tried to watch Narcos with Rylee. We watched the first episode. There's like a brutal, fucked up rape scene in the beginning, and Rylee literally started bawling, crying, like serious, like super hard crying because she was like,
so gross.
she was like, it's so sad, like this actually happened, like, and she just couldn't even watch. She's like, I don't want to watch it anymore. And I'm like,
that pretty
dude,
much happened to me last night too.
I was like, it's such a good show though. That's just like, it shows the realness of it, but then if you get through the whole storyline, you get to learn about the characters and all this stuff. Like, it's interesting. We should give Narcos another chance.
I'm down.
But
I don't want to rewatch that first episode.
You know what's cool though is like one thing we don't really see nowadays is like people sitting at home and watching something at a specific time all together. You know what I mean? Like, because everyone's just like able to stream stuff on the go and like watch things later and all this stuff or whatever. But also Phil DeFranco, when he was talking about this House of Dragons thing, he was showing this clip on TikTok. Some dude was filming like an apartment building where all the windows, you could see like little TVs inside all the windows and like the lighting coming off it or whatever, and like 15 windows were all in sync with the lighting because they're all watching House of Dragons at the same time. And I was like, bro, that's probably not unique to that one apartment building. It's probably happening all across the United States where like everyone's tuning in now. It's becoming another thing where everyone's gonna be tuning in every Sunday to watch this shit. Which, by the way, guys, it was at 5:55 p.m. Probably the whole episode probably already played, but I want to watch it later today.
Thank you for whoever's watching this.
I know. Shout out to who watched 10 Talks instead of House of Dragons episode today.
We'll be watching it after too.
But the spoilers, like, there's no spoilers. They're gonna be like, King Bibbidi Bop kissed, Queen Schlop Blop, and you're just like, I don't remember any of these names. I don't even know. It's just like you're not gonna remember any of the fucking.
I'm trying to like remember the names.
Mm-hmm.
Damon, I think. No.
I don't know. I don't know a single name. That's what I'm saying. No spoilers would work on me because I know very little at this point.
We're just getting started. I can't wait for it though.
But damn, like,
I love going back into that world.
They
need to make a theme park for that.
It's really?
Yeah, I think that'd be cool.
It's crazy how many girls they have that are willing to just show their titties and ass on screen. There's so many scenes where they just have like 50 naked girls like just like running around, and I'm just like, how do they just have 50?
I forgot about all that shit.
How do they just have 50 girls who are just like, oh, run around naked? Let's go.
It's not hard, I guess.
No, it's like I'm not judging it, I guess. You know what I mean? Like,
you are.
No, I'm not. If I was okay, let's think about it. If I was a girl who's an actress, and I was like trying to get some big roles, and I heard you're getting a role in Game of Thrones prequel, I'd be like, yeah, let's do it.
Oh, you would? Would you? Now?
But I don't know. It's like
we had this argument last night, and Yuriy was like, "Oh my god!" I was like, "If you got the role of Daenerys Targaryen, the lead person in Game of Thrones, yeah, you're gonna fucking show your titties."
And I was like, "You would show your titties for money?" And I was like, "What the hell?"
It's different. It's in a tasteful way, and it's for TV. It's not like they're actually like fucking.
I know, but the idea of Jason Momoa grabbing you and fake fucking you.
I didn't get the role, babe.
I'm just saying, we're living in a pretending right now, but it would be hard for me as a person to know, like, every day on Instagram. I mean, on stream, it would just be like, look at this video, Yuri, look at this video, Yuri. And it's just gonna be videos of Jason Momoa fucking going crazy on Queen Daenerys.
Well, lucky for you, I'm a failed actress.
Oh my god, really?
Never got there.
But then I was telling Rylee, I'm like, all right, then what if I got some sort of like random role? What if I was at Starbucks tomorrow and then some dude came up to me going like, you got the right look for the next Titanic. We're doing Titanic 2. It's going to be the biggest movie in the world. But the girl's drawing you naked on the couch this time.
I said go for it.
Really?
Yeah, I told you that. But I'm going to be there.
On set? What if they're like no friends and family? Super zoomed in. Looking for Chubb. You're like, oh, hell no.
Oh, hell
I see brick. Bricks. Oh fuck. Anyways, I'm excited for it. Show it.
For the next Titanic.
For the pay.
For the next Titanic.
For Titanic 2.
For Titanic 2.
There hasn't been another one, has there?
They come back.
Oh my god, everyone's dead by now, right? That shit's so old. Remember?
Oh, Rose survived.
Yeah, but she was like 96 years old when they had her in the movie,
yeah.
and that movie came out 20 years ago.
It could be their kids on a modern cruise.
Bruh. Anyways, last topic I have listed here is kind of an interesting one. So, Nine Club. I forgot the full name of the YouTube channel, but it's like Nine Club, I believe. It's a skateboarding YouTube channel or like skateboarding podcast, and they recently posted a clip where it was titled "U.S. Skateboarding Olympic Team has quit the Olympics," and it's been a huge topic for a lot of people who interested in skateboarding and skateboarding culture, whatever it is. The past like couple years.
The U.S. skateboarding teams quit the Olympics.
Yeah, so like for the past like couple of years, like 3-4 years, people have been excited about this. They're like, finally skateboarders in the Olympics, and people have been joking about like what is going to be the outfits, because skateboarders usually wear like whatever they want. Like, are we gonna have to wear spandex and all this? Like, people have been just predicting and making like Instagram videos and all this stuff. It's been a huge topic, and a lot of people have been excited about it. And I think didn't
they just do it?
I don't think so. But I think they announced the names for the U.S. Olympic team too. I'm not sure, but either way, the Nine Club YouTube channel made a video basically stating that like the U.S. skate team has quit the skateboarding Olympics. And in the Nine Club video, they portrayed in a way where they basically said that the U.S. skateboarding team were saying that they were trying to work with the Olympics to like make it a good event and make it good for the skateboarders and sponsors and all that stuff. And basically the U.S. skate team was saying that the Olympics was being super selfish and greedy, and they're trying to make as much money as possible, and they didn't care about the skate team, and they weren't being accommodating, they weren't being nice and all this stuff, and they were saying it was like disorganized or whatever. They're putting all the complaints on the Olympics. They're saying they were hard to work with, so we're not going to be a part of it to preserve skateboarding. They're trying to like hold it made it seem like they were like doing like rejecting a giant paycheck for their morals and to stand for skateboarding. But then Gifted Hater recently just posted a video also talking about the situation, and he does a little bit of a deeper dive talking about how, if you guys want all the details, I would just watch the Gifted Hater video. But he basically says how the U.S. skate team was extremely unprofessional. How like if you're like a professional whatever team, basketball team that's supposed to go work for the Olympics, you guys get like an Olympic manager that oversees your manager and all your teammates, and he has to have like certain requirements met for you guys to be getting the funding that you're getting and all this stuff or whatever. And apparently the US skate team was just doing like a terrible job. They were being very unprofessional. They were being the ones hard to work with. And
so they got
and the dude who was like actually running the skate team, no, they didn't get disqualified. I'm not sure if they got disqualified. I think they actually did still leave, but they were the ones fucking up at the end of the day. If you look into all the details. And not only that, but their manager was like some shiesty NFT scammer guy. And then they got like a new manager, like an Olympic girl manager who's supposed to manage their team and fix all the issues. And then she ended up being like also a scammer, like trying to just weasel as much money as possible. And it was just like all bad basically. And it's kind of like not a good testament to skateboarders, you know what I mean? Like doing professional things.
U.S. skateboarders,
because people always say that, like,
probably all smoking weed too.
Exactly, that's what people always say, like, oh, a bunch of stoners, alcoholics, who spend all their time in the streets, just a bunch of bums, all of a sudden are making all this money in the Olympics. Like, it can go well, and then look what happens. it didn't go well.
They didn't even get a chance.
I don't know. I didn't finish exactly watching the whole Gifted Hater video, but if you guys are interested, I would check out the whole thing. I'm gonna watch the rest of it as well. But it's I don't know. It's just kind of fucked up. It's like they kind of fucked up their chance, I guess. It's also a lot of money and a lot of reputation. And I think also if you win a gold medal in something, you get paid indefinitely forever or for a long time too.
Really?
I think so. It's not like a one-time paycheck. It's kind of like you continue to get paid. Or whatever it is.
I didn't even know you get paid.
Don't you get paid? I feel like
you just won the medal.
No, I feel like you win money. You win like some sort of lump sum of money or something like that. There's no way you're doing all that shit for free. Right. I don't know. It's like Love Island, but way worse and harder. That's it. That was all the topics.
If you're an Olympic athlete, you're probably a professional athlete.
Yeah, but
paid for it, right?
that's true. But then also, it's been a huge topic of conversation how there's been a lot of Olympic athletes who spend all day, every day training for it, and I wouldn't look it up right now. It's too much to look up right now. Yeah, but I was gonna say like there's a lot of Olympic athletes who like spend all day, every day training for their whatever they're gonna do, and they don't make any money, and they actually are broke. They're like kind of going about. They rely on sponsors because they don't have time to work. You know what I mean? They're spending 8 to 10 hours a day exercising and training, so they need sponsors to like pay for their food, pay for their housing, and all this stuff or whatever. And I heard like a lot of them like, you know, they're not making any money really. It's kind of like they complain about it, saying like, bro, we need to make more money. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know too much about the Olympics.
See, I'm telling you.
Do you even watch it?
No.
There's not one part of the Olympics you watch.
No.
As a kid with my parents.
I would watch the figure skating sometimes.
Really? I was gonna say, as a kid with my parents, we would actually like watch the Olympics, but we would watch the diving, because the diving is always
swimming.
Not the swimming, just the diving. That shit's interesting. How they fucking flip and like try to like make a tiny little splash at the end or whatever. Like we would always watch the diving, and I forgot what else.
Gymnastics.
No, I don't think I care for gymnastics. I like the pole thing where they gotta take the fucking pole and like, you know, launch themselves over a bar.
What is that called?
Pole vaulting.
Yeah.
That shit's sick. That shit's fucking crazy.
I fucking hated that shit for PE.
You did that?
We had that, and I never did it.
Bro, that's my dream. I would honestly, I should do that for a stream. I want to try to do that.
You never did that for PE?
Hell no. We never had a pole vault in my school.
But you guys had home ec.
Yeah.
We didn't have that.
Oh really? Well, you guys had a pole vault, dude. That seems so cool to run and fucking be able to launch yourself. But then also the fail videos of those things look really bad. Like you can get fucked up because there's only padding in one direction. You got to make sure you actually go forward when you do the thing.
I was not trying to do that. I was like, nope, count me out.
That's boring.
I would just throw
that would
myself.
at least really. Wait, you had to do it? Like you would have to at least try?
Yeah, you'd have to try. Shit was so annoying.
The thing,
and you had to like go through like over a bar.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
You'd have to go.
You would clear it?
No.
Oh, dude.
I would just go.
The thing
myself like a rag doll.
Oh my god. The thing I hated in school doing for PE was swimming, because there was always like a part of the year where PE would like transition into the swimming room or whatever, and for like 2-3 months you would have to swim, and like dude, that shit sucked.
It was the worst.
Depending on what period
you had it.
Dude, that shit sucked, because you either had to come to school cold as fuck, early as fuck, and jump into a cold number one is like everything's freezing in there. You got to take a pre-shower. The shower's actually warm, but then you got to jump into that cold ass pool, and you know how long it takes me to get into pools. Like it was just like the worst thing ever. And then afterwards you got like you always got to kind of hope that class is like one of your last, so you can do it and then go home.
I had mine first period.
Oh my god. And then
my dad was like, it'll be great, you don't have to get ready, you just go.
The rest of your day you're
like, no, this was the worst decision. It was freezing.
Yeah, the rest of your day you're covered in chlorine, all dry.
We had showers.
I know, but
I showered.
Some people might not use them.
Of course you didn't shower after the pool. You're nasty.
Really?
Went to class with chlorine.
Dude, did I tell you one of my worst ecstasy trips ever was at that class, where this is when I was like doing ecstasy like regularly in school all the time. And one day I got myself a pill, and then I was gonna do it like at lunch or nutrition. But then I had PE class. I think it was like second period I had it for, and I freaking like I went over there. Chris was there, and I was like, "Yo, Chris, I got this ecstasy pill," and I was like telling him, I was like, "I think I'm gonna take it before class, because it'll be sick to be like off ecstasy, swimming around, like it'll be fire, you know what I mean, or whatever." And he was like, "Yeah, like do it, that'll be cool." I take it. And then flash forward, you know, we did all the whole process of changing and all that stuff. And then by the time we actually get in the water, that's like when it's fully hitting me. And at that point, I'm like having the worst trip ever, because like we're in a giant room. There's like 30 kids in the water. We're in a giant room that's super echoey. The echoes were like tripping me out. All the kids, all the voices were tripping me out. And I was like having like kind of like damn near a panic attack. And Chris was like calming me down. Like I forgot what he was telling me, but he was like calming me down in the corner. He was just like, "It's okay, bro, chill." Like, and we were like literally in the no, we were in the pool in the corner, and I was like freaking out, and he was like calming me down. I don't know what he did, but he got me through it.
Aw, good homie.
Yeah, but that was my worst ecstasy trip ever. Don't do ecstasy and go to the pool. I don't know why I thought that was a good idea.
Because you're trying to get lit everywhere. You're trying to try everything.
Well,
to see what the best thing was to do.
Kinda. I think I was just super experimental because I was at that point. I was realizing like, dude, being faded and eating dinner is awesome. Dude, being faded and watching a movie is awesome. You know, I was like, just realizing all these things, and then I was trying to combine random stuff. You know what I mean? Like ecstasy and swimming. Those things don't combine. Not good. And also, doing mushrooms and trying to play video games. That was a bad mix, bro.
No, I can't even look at my phone.
I told Rylee exactly. You can't look at any screens really. Like I told Rylee the story where when I was also in my mushroom phase, like this was way after the ecstasy shit. I would usually do mushrooms outdoors with my homies at a park or whatever it is. And this one time after like I had already done mushrooms like a good amount of times, and I was like used to it. I was thinking like, bro, you know what'd be sick is taking an eighth of mushrooms and playing Call of Duty the whole time, because that's when I was playing Modern Warfare 2, and I was like super into the game, and I was thinking like, fuck it, I'm gonna buy myself an eighth of mushrooms and just play Call of Duty the whole night. And this is when I lived with my parents, and I was like 16, 17 or something like that, and I freaking I bought the eighth of mushrooms, came home, and it was like probably like a Friday or Saturday, and then like around 8-9 p.m. around that time I knew like, oh, my parents go to sleep like around 9:30, 10. Like at that point they'll stop bugging me, they'll stop coming in here. I was like, I'll just take them then. Around 8-9 p.m. I eat them, start tripping out, like the full effects start like setting in, and then I start trying to play Call of Duty or whatever, and I started realizing like, bro, like this is impossible. Like everything was like merging, and it like I was just like kind of constantly like having these visual things that was just fucking up my gameplay, where I couldn't even focus on anything, and I was like, fuck this, I'm not gonna play Call of Duty. I'm just gonna chill. And the next thing you know, I realized like, bro, I'm stuck in my room off an eighth of mushrooms, like, and my parents are in the other room. And then I start kind of like tripping out, and then at one point my mom comes in the room, tries to talk to me, and I was like talking to my mom, and I was trying to keep a straight face, but as I was talking to her, like the textures of her skin was moving around and shit. It was like the craziest night of my life. And I was not at this age where I could just be like, I'm gonna go night skate, or I'm gonna leave, or whatever it is. Like I had to be home at that time, so I was just stuck at home off of eighth of mushrooms, waiting for it to wear off.
Yeah, it takes forever.
I know, but either way, guys, we have gone through all of our topics. We're getting hungry here. We have made it. Thank you to every single person who has been a part of this episode. Thank you guys so much, man. And also this is the last episode we're doing sober. So let's expect hopefully some more energy next episode.
Really? I brought the energy.
No, you definitely did. I'm kidding. It just right now you just seem like you're getting tired.
I am. I'm hungry.
Me too. All right. Well, either way, if you guys can, please drop a like.
Drop a comment.
And also a subscribe if you guys aren't subscribed already. We're like less than 600 subscribers away from 25k. We're like 550 away. So if you guys haven't already, please drop a sub. Post it on Instagram. Take your parents' YouTube channel, subscribe for us, and get us to 25k, because we're gonna do some sort of interesting stream at the end. I was thinking being handcuffed together for 24 hours. That would be hilarious.
And I am thinking about it
too.
So.
But also we're gonna get into the after show in like 2 to 3 minutes. So we're gonna end the stream and then set up for the after show, and we're gonna get right into that. Also before we end this podcast, I want to say this Wednesday, guys, in 3 days is premiering the very first episode of Harmonious Hour. Woo-hoo! With a special guest yet to be named. The first guest. I'm super excited about this, and also nervous, but I'm mostly excited about it. We'll see what happens. Huge shout out to T Strong, BVZ, I believe, on Instagram. Huge shout out to T Strong. He's the dude who made this background right here that you guys are looking at, and also I'm working with him on a background for Harmonious Hour, and I'm really excited for that as well. But either way, hopefully I'll see you guys then, and we'll see you guys in like 2 to 3 minutes on stream for the after show.